Hello, everybody. What is this? Well, this is Mithril Zenith, and I'm playing The Last Promise. You might think, oh, this intro looks familiar. Almost like it was mostly taken from Fire Emblem 7. And you'd be right. However, the writing's a little bit different. A little bit. For now. This war was called The Falling because... Of course it was. Because who comes up with very interesting names? Mankind was defeated by dragons because how do you honestly beat dragons? I don't know. Yes, in time, man started dominating everything and the islands beyond and all that. A millennium has passed since the dark days ended. So while this is happening, maybe I should answer, what is The Last Promise? The Last Promise is a fan hack of Fire Emblem 7. It is a complete game, which is very rare. 30 to 40 chapters, plus a post-game, custom animations, custom characters, a completely different story with all unique characters, no relation to any other Fire Emblem, really. It's interesting. Gameplay-wise, it's surprisingly fun, although it has some interesting quirks like really inaccurate weapons. There's a surprising number of parallels that can be drawn to parts of Fates with it, even though this came out 2012 and Fates was 2014 or 2015, one of those two. I think it's a pretty good game. I just finished playing through it not too long ago. The elephant in the room is that the writing is much maligned. It's not the worst writing ever, at least it's grammatically correct for the most part. But you can tell that this is definitely high school level writing. I'm gonna try not to dig into it too much, but in terms of just pointing out the things I think are good, the things I think are problematic with it, and I'm gonna be doing that for everything in this game, design-wise, map-wise, character-wise, writing-wise. I'm going to be giving my thoughts on this as we go through it. I'm going to be playing every single chapter, including the splits. I'm going to make one part with one split, and then carry on with the second split. Oh yes, and there's custom music in this, too. Let us start a new game. No difficulty selection, because why do we need difficulty selection? That takes so much extra work to scale everything 2 to 3 times. I'm going to skip the slow text scroll. Over a millennium ago, humans and dragons lived together in peaceful, luscious land called Blaine. Dragons feared the progression of humans in both technology and quantity, so began the war that resulted in death of dragons and humans alike. Dragons overcame humans. Mankind was forced to make a decision. Sorry. Yes, the leaders wanted to make sure that mankind survived at any cost. All this living and all this animate is made up of energy known to man as ether. Hero Magus used the ability to control the flow of ether and save many lives. Nobility and servants gathered together, and Magnus used the aether of the humans and dragons who had died to warp away to a new continent, far away from the dragons, where the chosen humans who lived could start anew. And so in order to save the lives of a few, the lives of many more were sacrificed. Now, I understand that you can't do a map scene like the opening of Fire Emblem 7 or Fire Emblem 8 because of limitations of the ROM hacking software. But just replacing it with pure text, I don't know where any of these places are, and I don't necessarily care about any of these places. The new land is called Solemn by the hero Arbiter, not nearly as bountiful as Blaine, but the people endured. Arbiter made a nation based on whatever. His nation was named Blaine. We tamed the Wyvern, and yes, we have Wyvern Riders. Magus formed a powerful military in the opposite direction, to the northwest. Enormous stretch of land, the new Magus, which was renamed Magnus. To the north, Queen Shalia decided she would live in a sphere blanket of white snow. And Shalia herself, the country in the snow, Alicia. Cora, family was just left, called the plains to settle on Athea. Now this is just Valencia. Okay, I don't understand. Like, I'm not going to remember any of this 5 minutes from now, okay? That's the big problem with a giant text scroll like this. Am I supposed to understand? Am I supposed to care? Or am I supposed to just say, okay, sure, and move on? This is interesting world building. But the thing is, it's not necessarily interesting if it's so long that I can't remember it, and if I can't be bothered to care. Sorry for muting the mic on and off a little bit. I'm a little under the weather right now, but now's the time when I have to record, so I'm just going to be muting the microphone every time I have to cough or anything. The music changes because Magnus is attacking. Yeah, get wrecked, generals. And suddenly, Zephiel's model appears. Castle Aegis. To Paul of Aegis, long has it been. Don't look so sour, after all. I'll be sparing the citizens of Aegis. You should thank me for my graciousness. Graciousness? There is nothing gracious about what you've done. Ha 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 ha, sore loser, aren't you? I would be too if my castle were conquered as quickly as yours. The other territories of Valencia have already surrendered to me, and the people who might have actually helped you didn't live long enough to get the chance, did they? Seems like nothing will go your way, will it, Duke Paul? It's true, isn't it? You warped your armies here. I did not. The kid next to me did. Now, what? Why would you, first of all, why would you introduce your own mage general as the kid, this kid? And you're like, no, I did not. And it's like, whatever. It's like, I understand what you're trying to get across, that, okay, he's just a kid, but somehow he's really powerful. But the way you're presenting that is very, very plain and amateurish. You don't even get to see his face, which, spoiler alert, comes up in an interesting thing later, but yeah. Sir Byron. I mean, bad of the beast, except he's a soldier. Except he looks like Guile, because, yes. Subdue the Valencian scum, we would not let this drag on. For the Empire. And here we finally get to meet our playable characters. Father, bad news. Some Magnian soldiers are here. What could they want? Sean, could you see how many there are? There are only a few, and they don't look very strong. I can't imagine they would send anything but a scouting force. Well, it looks like we're going to have to leave. What? Right now? Soldiers can only be after me, Sean. If I stay here, I'll be endangering the villagers. Okay, I'm coming too. Fair enough, Sean. You've trained enough for fighting their grunts, but stay back and leave their leader to me. Use your head or lose your head. Don't do anything reckless. If you don't want me to repeat these same sayings over and over again, then press A. No, wait. Then show me I don't need to, okay? Understood, Father. Alright then. Why don't we greet our guests? It's time for battle, son. Things can get rough, so take it seriously and watch your back. If you feel threatened, move behind me. I'm not a kid anymore, Father. I can handle myself. Well, this is your first real fight. Even if you're not a kid, you're not an adult. I'll protect you, so just stay close. Father. Alright. And now, our battle against these dastard Magnians. Hey, it's a Fire Emblem game. They use dastard. Okay. Oh, so he noticed us and come out to play, huh? Boys, I hear the guy we're facing can't even fight normally. Something about an accident where he suffered some injury. Whatever the excuse for him being a Jagan, he's no match for us. Move out and finish this quickly, boys, and kill any accomplices, no questions asked. So I actually really like this song. So first of all, we have the S-rank sword, B-rank lance, Siegfried, with stat caps that I can only describe as what were they thinking. Base stats that are very impressive. His class is Knight Errant. Former knight who uses skills and experiences for newfound purposes. Welcome to Sigurd 2.0. That's how brokenly overpowered this guy is. He might not look it now, but he can solo this entire first, 10 chapters of the game without any problem. There are some problems to that. I'll get into those later. And then we have Sean, who looks like a lord because he has a piercing sword that is good against horses, and basically, well, say hello to the Monikati. Point 2. He is a gallant, although he can use lances. He has an E rank. His base stats are mediocre. Sean is pretty mediocre overall until he gets his overpowered legendary weapon. And then you point him at a thing and it dies. So, the way to get the best version of Sean's legendary weapon, however, is to complete a certain side quest involving several different tasks that Sean needs to take. Now, from what just happened and from the entire intro, tell me what you need to do to complete the part of the side quest in this prologue level. If you said solo everything with Sean and don't let Siegfried fight at all, you'd be right. I don't understand how they expected you to understand this. I have two possible ideas. One, they think, oh, it's cool, we can just make Sean do everything, because then that way it'll make, I don't know, something about, okay, he's trying to say to his father, no, I can do it, let me. And even though his father says, I'll take out their leader and you can handle the rest, and then maybe you think, oh, but Sean has a perf weapon against the boss, so he can take him out. Or second, and what I think was their idea, was that this was pretty much around the time when everyone decided Jagans are bad, and so you should never use Jagans ever. Generic spear, yeah, these things are actually really dangerous. Iron axe, yes. But yeah, so we have to solo every enemy with Sean and not let Siegfried fight at all, ever, in order for us to get to a bonus chapter. Now, I will try to be playing every chapter, like I said, so in order to do that, I must get the first bonus chapter, right? So let's get on with it. I actually kind of like a lot of the custom music that they have in this game. Some of it I'm a little... Some of their music choices I'm a little hesitant about, and I'll get into those later. Nice, punchy attack. Player phase attack theme. Not bad. I like it. There we go. We've defeated our first enemy fighter. Yes, this is the wonderful gameplay that you get when you're trying to complete Sean's side quest. Sean will actually get stronger pretty quickly. His growths aren't insane, but they're good. I don't want to risk getting attacked twice on next enemy phase, because that could potentially kill me. I'm not trying to LTC this or do like a super efficient playthrough, but I'm gonna try not to waste people's time. I'm not gonna arena abuse or anything. And here's our first level up for Sean. Sounds about right. Sean's level ups are not that good, especially once you start getting into, I don't know, Siegfried's level ups. Yes. Now the first natural comparison to other Fire Emblem games people have made is that Siegfried is the name of Xander's sword. And Siegfried is very good. And Xander's sword Siegfried is very good. Treat Siegfried like you would Xander. He's incredibly overpowered and can kill pretty much anything. And will have a hard time dying unless he gets absolutely flooded. But if you overuse him, then all your other units won't have an opportunity to gain any experience or anything. Let's just sit around in this forest. I do like this map theme, actually. It's relaxing. Kind of gets a good feel. Now, I know that there are a lot of other tracks that are taken from other games. I'm not sure if this is one of them, because I have not played a ton of other games. I've played a good amount, but I don't know the music from everything. I will point out music from other games that I notice, but no guarantees that I will notice. Now the plan is, listen to this boss theme. Byron the Lion. Okay, sure. Do, do. And now it's time to risk 76% chance. Okay, there we go. You will regret this. And since Siegfried did not fight at all, we now unlock the Prologue Part 2 with that wonderfully terrible level up. It should be the last of them, Sean. I need to get a move on it immediately if I want to stay safe. I hope you understand, Sean. I'm leaving the village. You're going to need to stay hidden for the time being. You aren't joining me now. No way, Father. You can't go alone. Son, I'm doing this to protect you. You may be strong, but I don't want to take any risks if I don't have to. I have business to take care of and things to do. Magnus has made its move, and it's time I make mine. But Father, don't you trust me? I'm stronger now. I took on all those shoulders on my own, and I... See? Different dialogue. Entering a bonus chapter. I will not allow you to come. You know how to defend yourself in case trouble comes. Granted, I'd rather you don't get into any fights with anyone, so stay in the village as much as possible. I'm pretty sure that Corbin kid is willing to have your company for some time. You should train with him. He's a good sparring partner. Father, please, take me with you. I've already gotten my things. Farewell, Sean. Corbin. Prologue Part 2, Sean's Test. Now, I'm just going to be doing both of these chapters together since this one's really short anyway. Hey, Sean, what's up? Everyone in the village alright? Yeah, everyone's fine. What's the deal? Now he's wearing an earring, and for a second I thought he was wearing, like, he had gauges because the color is, like, the same, of the outer ring is the same as, like, the skin color. But yeah, that's just an earring, not a gauge, but it looks a little bit like that, doesn't it? Why the deal? Why shouldn't they? Oh, I'm glad. You see, Magnus stopped by earlier and... What? Magnus? Honestly? Yeah, we got into a fight. I managed to defeat them, but Father wouldn't let me go with him on his journey. Wait, so your dad left? Ugh, we must be thinking about the village. He'd never want to endanger us. That's why he isolated himself in the first place. Corbin? You want to go, right? I do, but I can handle it. But Father doesn't see that. Still the innocent little kid, are you? You're not that much older than me, though, Corbin. Oh, but I'm much more mature. Mature enough to go with Siegfried. You think so? Then why not me? I don't understand. How about this, then? What? Corbin, why are you... You still have never beaten me in a sparring match, have you? So if you can finally beat me, I admit that you're ready to go. Siegfried must plan on stopping somewhere close to get information. If you hurry, you might be able to catch him. Of course, you have to go through me first. I could always just go anytime I want, you know? All alone by your weak self with no idea where to go? I doubt it, Sean. I'm not that weak. Stop being a coward and show me your strength. Okay, so for this bonus chapter, Sean must defeat Corbin. Now, this isn't too much trouble because you literally just equip the piercing sword and slam into him. Sean, I'm not going to go easy on you. I don't want to do this, but I'm worried about Father, so even you can't stop me. Ha, bring it. Oh, writing. It's present. And unfortunately, you can't just hide in a forest and wait the battle out because Corbin has a javelin. So, like a lot of things in The Last Promise, this is a little hope-based. Ugh, not bad. Ouch. You got me, Sean. Can't believe I lost. Me neither. Are you alright? Talking down on me already? I'm fine. Come on, Sean, let's hurry up. Do you know which way your dad went when he left? South. Then he'll likely stop at Anura. Let's go. Wait! What? Don't you want to help your dad? Thanks. Don't mention it. And there we go. That's the prologue, both parts of the prologue of The Last Promise. Now, like I said, I will continue playing through this game and just going over the good and the bad. For a prologue map, I think it's fine. It's inoffensive. The only real problem I have with it is that it doesn't tell you at all that you need to solo the entire thing, including the boss, with Sean alone in order to get that Prologue Part 2 map. This is a problem that I have with several other things in The Last Promise, is that they have secrets that they don't tell you about, and which are kind of important. It does have some secrets that it does tell you about, which are only slightly important, but it does a lot of these things where it's like, well, you just kind of have to know or figure it out or look it up. Which is, admittedly, some other Fire Emblem games have done that. Cough, cough, genealogy. But I still don't appreciate it. Even if it was in a real Fire Emblem game, it still doesn't make it a good mechanic. Outside of that, the prologue was fine. Part 2 was fine. It was simple, boring. Didn't necessarily need to be there, but gave Sean a little extra experience. Yeah. Overall, not too bad outside of the cringy writing at the lead up. But it wasn't even cringy, it was just boring. Like, that's my problem with a lot of the writing. A lot of people get after certain characters, who I'll get to later, for being really cringy or really cheesy or whatever, or being special snowflakes, but really my problem with the writing is just that it's bland. It's not interesting, is the thing. Because, like, okay, you're explaining the entire history of this continent that I don't get to see because I understand limitations. But I don't care about any of these places, and honestly, I'm going to forget about most of them until they're beaten into you 5 times over. But anyway, that's my thoughts on this part. Thank you for watching. We play The Last Promise. I'm going to keep going through this. Like I said, we're going to do every chapter, including split chapters. I think it's going to be a good time. Could be a bit of a frustrating time, because I'm not going to use save states either, which... Now, for the beginning is going to be fine, but later down the road is going to be a bit difficult. You know what? Let's just do an Iron Man. Screw it, let's Iron Man this up. Anyway, thanks for watching. I've been Mithril Zenith, signing out.